Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer make a massive mistake for Manchester United? Why does he never stand in the technical area? Something that dawned upon me watching the snooze fest Manchester United versus West Ham in the FA Cup, although we did get a win at the end. I just kept seeing David Moyes in the technical area, and we're used to seeing David Moyes in the technical area, unfortunately. And it just dawned on me that why does Ole never actually stand in the technical area? So make sure you tune in until the end of the video, and I'll try and explain why. We've got a lot of other stuff as well that we're going to be discussing today. Manchester United have seemed like they've made the right decision between Edinson Cavani and Gareth Bale. We'll discuss that shortly. Dortmund open to sale of 7 players. Here we go again, Jadon Sancho in the newspapers. Quickly discuss Scott McTominay, what a rise it has been for him at Old Trafford. We'll discuss him as well. And of course, at the end of the video, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Why does Ole never stand in the technical area? Make sure you stay until the end of the video to find out. And just a quick reminder, for those who haven't already, make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the RedFlex. It's a little bit weird, this. I needed to cough, which I'll do now. And didn't want to cough into this, so apologies again. So let's start off with a little bit of transfer news. Dortmund, just like a lot of the clubs, struggling because of coronavirus. When will it go? We don't know. But they have faced financial losses, I believe, for around £75 million. 7 players. Obviously, we've heard about Haaland possibly going to Man City. Hopefully, the Ole link brings him to Manchester United. But there's a Jadon Sancho question mark written all over that one. So I know that Man United have bought Diallo. There's big hype. I was a little bit disappointed actually that we didn't get to see him at Old Trafford against FA Cup. I don't think he could have done any worse than Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood. Just on a side note, actually, Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford both played their 250th game for Manchester United. That's a lot of games, and we're still unsure whether they are the right fit for Manchester United. And that's after 250 games. Does Martial play left wing? Does he play up front? We don't know. He's not a striker for me personally. Rashford, a lot more consistent year by year, has been getting more goals, but I still think the decision making and the finishing needs to improve. So that's Jadon Sancho, again linked to Manchester United. The next thing I just wanted to speak about very quickly as well was Edinson Cavani, who has had a great start for Manchester United. Well, you can't really call it start now. I think we're halfway through, but a lot of people, you know who you are, didn't think Cavani was up for the task. He's too old. He misses too many chances. He's just here for the money. He might be here for the money, but a lot of footballers, believe it or not, they play because it pays well. So you can't really throw that one at them. He seems like a model professional. He's a tank. Look at him. If I was a defender, I've always said it, I wouldn't want to play against Edinson Cavani. That's for sure. But Man United have seemed to make the right choice between Edinson Cavani and Gareth Bale. I'm not sure what's going on with Gareth Bale, to be honest. I don't know. It's a weird one. Definitely is a weird one. I don't think he's completed 90 minutes for Tottenham. He missed the Everton game as well. What a classic game that was, by the way. 5-4, straight out of one of the old FIFAs. Probably one of the reasons why I stopped playing FIFA, because there's no guarantee that, well, there was no emphasis in defence in that game. So, you know me, I'm a guy who's all about the defence. So I keep getting sidetracked. But yeah, it was a good game. 5-4. Mourinho's probably having sleepless nights over the defending. But there was no Gareth Bale. He did tweet a picture on Monday, I believe, saying a great session. So I'm not so sure what's happened there. I think Mourinho is a little bit confused as well. why he requested not to play. But I think we definitely made the right choice here between Edison Cavani and Gareth Bale. Cavani has been a success, I'd say, at Old Trafford already. And I think if we'd bought Bale, it could have been something similar to the Sanchez situation. And I don't think we can afford another situation like that. We've already had Di Maria. So although there was a shift away from the superstar names, I think Man United got this one right. And I firmly believe he's still the best striker that we have. Just before we carry on, still going to discuss Scott McTominay, and we're going to discuss why does Ole never stand in a technical area just before we finish. But I just want to give a quick reminder for everybody, if you haven't done so already, make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the RedFlex. We are approaching the landmark for our first lot of 100 subscribers, so big thank you to everyone who has done so already. I think I've said it on previous videos as well. This channel, it means a lot to myself and my brothers. We love Manchester United. For myself personally, I've been watching Manchester United for over nearly 25 years now, so it does mean everything to me. And whenever United are playing, regardless of anything, I make sure I watch that game. I know sometimes I have fallen asleep, 1 or 2 games, but I think that can be mistaken. 25 years supporting Manchester United. Manchester United are my club. I love talking about Manchester United, and I hope you guys like listening to the RedFlex about Manchester United. Just coming up on the RedFlex as well, we do have the match preview, which will be on Saturday for Manchester United versus West Brom, and we will see a return of the global fan cam. A couple of people, the people that normally appear on the global fan cam, they did message me and said, "Oh, have we been phased out? What's going on?" It's not at all. Just give them a couple of days break, just to recharge the energy before starting this channel. Before starting any YouTube channel, to be honest, you're not aware of how hard you have to work, and I think that's something that I've realised as well, that it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of passion, to succeed. But we're here for the long run. So, your support means everything. We're also on Instagram at the RedFlex Official. So if you ever did want to appear on the RedFlex on one of our match reactions, send us a DM at the RedFlex Official. We're also on Twitch, also on Periscope. So there's definitely no excuses not to tune into the RedFlex. But I want to move on to Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay is somebody who in the last 12 months has really announced himself to the Old Trafford fans right at the beginning of the season. You can watch it if you don't believe me. I was somebody who definitely said Scott McTominay needs to start instead of Nemanja Matic. Scott McTominay has everything. He has power, he has strength, he's good on the ball, he's now added finishing, he's added goals to his repertoire. If I think back to the 40-yard screamer against Man City, he scored 2 goals against Leeds. He's got 7 goals in the 2020-21 calendar. So that's more goals than he's got in his whole career. He plays in defence for Scotland. He plays defensive midfielder for us. Obviously, on our match reactions, on our RedFlex reactions, we've discussed the possibility. Can he play in defence for us? Can he play up front for us? But he's somebody who's really shown some great performances, and we will need him because obviously there is a reliance on Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba. But I've been very impressed with Scott McTominay. Just his stature, what it means to him. He's been captain as well, so that's someone who's definitely improved under Ole, because I think that's something that has been thrown against Solskjaer apart from the semi-finals. Can he improve plays? He definitely can. Scott McTominay is the perfect example for that one. Well, now we're going to go to the main event of the evening, the reason why we've all stayed until the end of the video, which I'm sure we'll find out if people have. But why does Ole never stand in the technical area? So I was watching the West Ham game, and I just seen, I think, like I mentioned before, images of David Moyes and his Scottish accent just ranting and raving. I think we've had enough of that already, seeing him on the touchline. as a Man United manager. But I've always noticed with Ole that he's always he's always sitting down. He seems to have some sort of iPad that he likes to watch, and we know that he loves his rotation policy in terms of squad, in terms of formation. But it does actually look like he likes to rotate who stands in the technical area, because either nobody's standing in the technical area. Sometimes it's Kieran McKenna, who's the first team coach. Ollie's just parked. He's just sat down looking at his iPad. In the game against West Ham, it was actually Michael Carrick. It was Michael Carrick that was barking out the orders. And if you look at all the managers across the world, Jose Mourinho, he literally, without being on the pitch, he's instructing his players what to do. Guardiola, you'd see there, Klopp, not as enthusiastic as he is previously, but you would see him there, regardless of the result, regardless of the performance. Sometimes you want to see your manager there. It just gives a message to the players that, let's buck up our ideas and let's get going. But Solskjaer doesn't really do that. In the game against West Ham, it was actually Michael Carrick who spent the majority of the game in the touchline area. So it seems like Solskjaer likes to rotate that. I'm trying to figure out a reason to why he does it. And I can only go back to a couple of weeks, even at the beginning of when he joined. And under Fergie, there's one constant message: express yourself. You've heard that before. If you're a Man United fan, Fergie in his autobiography, he did say one of the main things that he used to say to his players was, go out there and express yourself. And you look at some of the interviews of the ex-players, and they always say in the interviews that it wasn't the most detailed, tactics dossier that Ferguson used to throw up. It was just as simple as, we're Manchester United, go out there and express yourself. And I think maybe Ole doesn't want to be one of those managers on the touchline, and he wants the players to sort it out between themselves. That's a possibility. Or he's just likes to rotate in terms of coaches, make sure the players hear different voices, depending on the game, depending on how training's gone. Maybe he thinks that's the reason, but it's definitely something interesting. It's something that I'm going to keep an eye on. But that pretty much wraps up today's video. Make sure you tune in for our match preview against West Brom, a game that we just have to win. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the RedFlex.